Carlsen. Not the Carlsen we expected. What is he doing?
Oh my god.
C4 and C5, the opening moves to this incredible game with a combination in it that even the chess commentators can't work out. It's that good. It's an English symmetrical opening here. Magnus Carlsen with black, world number 1, playing Fabiano Caruana, world number 2. This is the Speed Chess Championship quarterfinals 2022 online blitz chess and an absolute classic. Fasten your seatbelts, let's go. Fabi going with the knight here, both players fianchettoing, and now after knight c6 we reach what chess.com calls the ultra symmetrical line. This is in the openings book. You can't help but feel that they're messing with us at this stage. Hey guys, should we put the cow into the opening book? Yeah, let's do it, let's do it. D3 played and now D6. What is this? The uber symmetrical or something, right? Still the ultra apparently, but it needs a new name. Now we get bishop D2 and that is a meek developing move. The move of a broken man who's 10 games down in a match of pure domination. Now Queen D7 from Magnus. Weird looking move, but he's preparing to fianchetto. Fabi goes H4, completely on tilt, sets up some kind of banana or boomerang pawn formation. H6 now from Magnus, preparing to meet H5 with G5, passing like ships in the night. We get knight F3, B6, prepares to fianchetto the rook, castles, and I'm only kidding. Of course the bishop goes to that square. Sorry, my chair is squeaking. Now we get E3, E6, more symmetry in the pawn formation. Very fluid structures here for both players. Rook B1, what's Fabi's plan? Magnus goes knight G to E7, leaving the eyes of the bishop open. A3, what do you think Fabi's looking to play? Does Magnus clamp on anything here? No, he castles. He's seen it all. B4. Great little dad joke there, and he's letting Fabi get the expansion because he's got other plans. And now we see some real grandmasterly play. But just before we dive to that, we're segueing here. A massive thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Babbel. Have a look at this if you're keen to learn a brand new language. Game of chess?
Claro. ¿Apuestas tu carro?
Sí, yes,
Ah,
yes,
muy bien,
sí.
muy bien.
Good game.
Jaque mate.
Good game. Well played.
Gracias.
Okay.
Espera. ¿Las llaves?
Ah?
Las llaves. El carro.
Guys, this is why you need Babbel, one of the top language learning apps in the entire world. Never lose your car over a game of chess again. I went away, studied hard. Tengo un problema. Tengo un problema. Me robaron. Few weeks later, brand new results. Juguemos por mi caro. Buen juego. Jaque mate! Las llaves, por favor. Guys, check out Babbel using the link down in the description. There's a whopping 60% off on your subscription, plus a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. And now back to the chess. So rook fd8 from Magnus, centralising one of his cannons. Queen e2 from Fabi. Split rooks not good, as Danny King says on the Power Play Chess channel. Connect them, right? Now rook ac8, more quiet, improving chess. Rook fd1, why are they putting them on these files? Well, this one eyeballs the queen. This one's on a file which is potentially going to open in future. Prophylactic chess, preparing for how the board might open. And now after Magnus hops, g4 playable according to the Silicon Overlord, aka the computer, the engine, but you weaken the king position. So Fabi holds off. Bishop e1, another grandmasterly move, opening up the rook here, potentially preparing d4 one day. Magnus now goes knight c to e7, and hang on, is g4 not literally trapping this knight? Well, here's the point, you take and then you can capture on h4. You used the old swish and zoog, right? Always whisper that one if you ever play it over the board. So coming back, no g4, we get h5 instead, and this time we don't see the black pawn pass like a ship in the night, allow g4 from white, but instead that one's munched on. Gale devouring Harry like a black widow spider, destroying the male. And now Fabi plays a move that just makes you wince. You've had fair warning here. Here it comes. It's a disgusting one. It's pawn to e4. Giving up the d4 square. This is where Fabi needs his chess coach to just give him a good talking to. Right, get out. You go over there and have a timeout. What a disgusting positional move. Fabi now takes. Does Magnus recapture with the bishop? No. Even though it looks so natural, then white takes this pawn and gets counterplay. So pawn takes played to pick up a tempo on the knight. No knight a4 or the queen munches. And if knight b5, you run into a6, you're trapped. So that's why knight a2. What a disgusting square right out in the corner of the board. And now how about this from Magnus? This is why they call him the Mozart of chess, because the h5 pawn's under fire. You can push with h4 immediately, looking to shatter the structure, but instead Magnus plays pawn to b5, and it might seem like an innocuous move, but it's really beautiful, using both sides of the board. This is his symphony number 40, because if you take this pawn here, right, then black takes on c4, and the queen left e2 no longer defends, so after this and this, you're getting a great game as black. Look at this horrible piece once more. So coming back here, this one, no good. What if you take first, therefore, then queen recaptures, and now look, you defend the h-pawn laterally. It's just stunning. Magnus using the board as his canvas here. So knight c1 played. Look at those pieces having a party on the back rank. Not what you want. On move 21, that's when you know stuff's gone wrong. h4 now from Magnus, with the point being if g-pawn takes, he gains access to f4. So Fabi goes f4 himself. Knight g6 anyway. What would you play here? You know, so many of us would go, oh, f5, let's have a pony, but not a good move. You give up more dark squares. So Fabi doesn't play it. Knight b3, good move. We get captures on g3. Bishop recaptures, and e5 the top engine move. If f5, then knight f4. If bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop e5. Very nice dark squared grip. But f5 played by Magnus. Now it allowed knight a5, a nice counter shot immediately from Fabi. He does it soon. He starts with queen h5, hitting the loose piece, defended. Now we see takes here. Pawn recaptures and bishop takes on b7, met by queen takes and knight a5 in this order. Magnus lady hit. He moves it to d7 here. Now takes on b5, freeing the c4 square potentially. Fabi playing well, but Magnus still with the initiative after rook e8. Both of his cannons barreling down the open files. I mean, you can't go here yet, but okay, he's on some key squares. And if you try and challenge the file, well, this is the problem. You swap a pair of rooks and you still invade. There's too much pressure. So Fabi goes for knight c6. Knight c4 preferred by the engine. Looks weird because d5 comes, but then knight d2 to f3. The computer starts looking for some ninja stuff, right? But okay, Fabi's only human. He shuts the c file, prepares to challenge, but Magnus first to the punch. The bishop hit, defended by the king, and now queen e6. What an incisive move. Magnus a surgeon with filigree precision. Rook e2 check threatened. Queen a2 check. Fabi covers both of these threats. Maybe he's thinking I'm out the woods here, but no. Magnus comes up with an absolute goat sack in this position. By the way, for anyone newer to chess, sack is short for sacrifice, right? We're not talking about this kind of goat sack, or heaven forbid, this kind of goat sack. This is a nice friendly channel, right? We're not going down that route. No, we're talking about the sacrifice, which Magnus plays here. of rook takes on g3. What a fantastic move, but the follow-up is even better, because after king recaptures, what would you play here to carry on the combination, right? How many are jumping in with the queen and playing check? Not the best move. You know, it's the kind of move you play to tell your mates. You head on down the pub and you're like, yeah, I lost to Magnus Carlsen, but, stop. I landed a check. But okay, it gets you nowhere. The queen blocks, how are you continuing? There isn't a good one here. So coming back, this is not the move. Very well done if you found the follow-up of knight takes on f4.
Whoa! What? This is not the Carlsen move we expected. What is he doing?
Oh my god!
That is absolutely superb, because if the king captures, you're in a mating net. Now you land the check. King g4, whoops, sorry, not even playable. Going nuts, it's about 10:30 here. Not playable, so you get king takes on f5. This is the line. Now the check from the rook and all the firepower joins the party. The computer wants to chuck the queen to stave off the mate. But if you simply retreat, most natural, this is a full-on checkmate, this pawn taking the square. So okay, this is the problem. Therefore, queen f3 played. Now we see bishop e5, nasty discoveries. King f2 best, white very much fighting here, but Fabi not on form. Takes, connects this trio of dragons, guided down the board by Daenerys behind them. We get king h2 now played, stepping off the open g-file. Now we see queen e7 from Magnus, looking for invasion. King h1 played, freeing a square for the rook to defend. So rook c3 from Magnus, 2 pawns hit, the a pawn advances here, and h5, Magnus turning the screw, looking to push the pawn all the way down to here. So rook h2 comes. If you take immediately, well, huge counterplay. White's actually winning because the rook joins the party. Mate in 5. So Magnus doesn't touch the pawn. He instead goes king h6. The immediate queen a8, a good move. But a5 played instead. You know, Fabi has very dangerous ideas of his own, and Magnus blinks and goes wrong here. He should play queen d7. It's a drawing line apparently. But he takes this pawn here. They're into a time scramble. Don't get me wrong, not criticising the players too much. It's tough. But Fabi now has a winning shot, completely misses it, right? Hikaru and Danya surely finding this all day long, and other blitz specialists, but Fabi struggles in low time and he was not on form this day. This move looks for massive counterplay and black's just dead, because this rook also joins the attack. But okay, it was missed. Instead, rook g1, and for a sign of how bad Fabi was playing, after Magnus takes this pawn, he now goes rook e1 just back. Shuffling without a plan. These aren't mysterious rook moves, these are just bad rook moves. And after queen takes on d3, another pawn biting the dust. Finally Fabi finds queen a8, but it's too little too late. I'm a poet and I don't know it, because Magnus now checks. He's forcing the ladies off the board. Rook recaptures, and here's another stunning point. If rook takes here, this is checkmate. Look at how the knight covers the square. This rook, a terrible lapel on the king's shoulder, blocking it in. What to do? So you can't even touch the pawn. Fabi does this, looking to invade like this. And I'm not laughing at Fabi, but just laughing at the misery of the position and how everything he does this game just goes wrong. Because now he's walked into a fork. Magnus, of course, goes to Forktown, population Fabi, and here we see resignation.
This is just absurd. This is out of this frickin' world.
There isn't even a check on b6 because of the blocking of the pawn there. It's just not his day, right? This is how the game ended. This is how the match ended. An absolute brutal, destructive domination. We've never seen anything like it, really. Not world number 1 and world number 2. I hope you enjoyed. Please do smash subscribe if you did. Check out Babbel below if you want to go and learn a new language. Awesome app. And I hope to see you again on a future video.